All right, we're back. Hey, y'all. It has been a long time since the last time Red and I checked in and had a um transparent conversation, authentic conversation, intimate conversation.
Sure, if you're asking me.
So we wanted to check in, and we've seen a lot of people who are like, "Oh, we love those videos, you guys," and so we're like, "All right, let's get back to it." So we're back to it. So let's talk about it. What are we talking about tonight?
I already have a thought in my mind. So, um, let's talk about the message we heard at church this past Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was real good, thought provoking. One of those messages where you can look at your life, particularly, and um, figure out, your next steps,
Mm-hmm.
your next plan.
The conversation we're having is about our message on Sunday.
Yes. So,
Okay.
Pastor Mike Young,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Young, City of Grace.
Period.
He used the scriptures in Matthew 13, 24 through 30. It's a parable about the wheat and the
Why you
tares.
do it like that? The wheat. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Typical Michael stuff. But the wheat and the tares. Talking about sowing your crops, your good seeds, and if you prior to harvest time, if you try to uproot the crops, um, it's a difficult task because the wheat and the tares they both grow together. The wheat are good for your course health, wise and healthy food, good for the body. Then quite the opposite, the tares can bring harm to you, possibly kill you.
So pause there for a second
Yeah.
for folks who aren't familiar with what wheat and tares are, right?
Mhm,
We
yeah.
know it because we heard the message.
Yeah.
So in the parable, the man sowed good seed, which should have all been just wheat, right? Everything should have grown. He should have only grown wheat from that seed. But when he went to harvest, there was wheat and tares being bad seed, or in today's world, it'd be like weeds, right? You got this pretty grass, and you got these weeds growing up, and he couldn't take the weeds out because in killing the weeds, he would have also killed the good wheat.
Trying to separate them.
Trying to separate them. Yes.
They have to grow together.
Okay. So for anybody who's like, what are tares and what are wheat? That's what it is. Wheat's the good seed and wheat that you can eat. And then the tares are the weeds that you shouldn't eat because they could be harmful. Carry on.
Yeah. So with that being said, it had me thinking. I'm still kind of processing.
Mm-hmm.
So as we talking, I'm still going to be processing and just, trying to reflect on my life and hopefully reflect on yours and share some things. Because his analogy, it was real good. It make you, really think about it. So, like I said, with that being said, let's talk about that.
Okay. So I think there's a little more context, right?
Sure.
You got the good seed and the bad seed that was planted. And in the parable, it says the enemy planted the bad seed. And most of us equate the enemy to the devil. But what we learned on Sunday is you your own enemy. Sometimes we are the devil. And so in planting the good seed and the bad seed being planted together and growing together, you now have wheat growing and you have weeds growing. Wheat being good for you, weeds being bad for you, but you cannot take the weeds out without damaging the wheat, or you cannot take the bad out without damaging the good.
Right.
And so the analogy was you as an individual have navigated this life, and there have been some bad seeds planted, whether it be someone planted them or you yourself planted them. But in that, you've got good seed. And so how do you harvest that good seed without or how do you prune the bad seed without damaging the good seed? And the reality is you can't.
So that leads you to having to have to manage.
Yeah, you can manage the bad seed or the weeds, but you can't kill them.
So going back to how that applies to us, as you mentioned, that somewhere down the line, we done had some bad seed sown into us, right? It could have came from past experience, something like trauma, some things we were exposed to growing up. You had some people that you idolize or look up to, and you watch how they maneuver, watch how they just was shaking and moving, and you picked up their habits, you know.
And it's choice also, right?
It's choice.
Some of it could be you watched it and learned it. Some of it is you made a choice.
Right.
Right. But yeah.
But for someone who don't know much and you're growing and you're learning, you thinking at that time, you know, that's the way to go, right? Did you experience that?
I'm sure, right? Like, even if it's, you could even think about it when you were younger, celebrities. Like you said, I want to be like this celebrity or that person, or older people in your neighborhood. Yes. I think for me, at the end of the day, it's all choice. You're making choices. Now, what influenced that choice could be trauma, could be just your old self, like what Pastor was saying, like you did it because you liked it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's stay there for a minute. Let's not, because I know people want to really look at the root as well. Like, okay, yeah, I like X, Y, and Z, but why do I like X, Y, and Z? For example, not having a lot and wanted to be accepted in circles, and you know, I had to figure out how to get my own so I could be presentable, I guess, you know, because when I wasn't, you know, feeling like I was presentable enough, I kind of like slid back and hide, you know. So doing that developed all kind of, you know, low self-esteem, not a lot of confidence in myself, stuff like that. Felt powerless. So once I start finding out a way to, I would say, make money so I can, you know, just buy the things I thought was just the little things, like a pair of decent tennis shoes, so I wouldn't be embarrassed or, you know, be ashamed of who I was or ashamed of where I come from and whatnot. In doing so, I started sowing these bad seeds, because once I did that and felt like I was, you know, looking good and getting compliments or whatnot, or, you know, stuff like that, you want to keep chasing that. So then I started to develop, you know, liking certain things, you know, and not all things I'm liking were good for me.
When you say you were liking certain things, does that mean you like the things or you like the response that the things got you?
All of that.
Okay.
I think all of that makes a difference. And if you got something that
I'm following your
I
track.
know, but now I'm saying, like, since we right there, is there something, can you relate to that in any type of way?
I'm not. Yes and no. Alexa. For me, when I was thinking about, like, because I think yesterday I asked you the question, like, what are your tares? What are the weeds that are growing in your garden or have grown in your garden, right? And the first thing that came to mind when I asked you that for me was anger.
Okay. So let's talk about.
So for me, it was anger in that I think I was angry little, right? At a young age, I was angry because childhood trauma, right? I was molested by a family member when I was younger, for those who don't know the story. And I think I just grew up not knowing how to navigate that. I never told anybody. And so there's this anger or this, why did this happen to me? And so I'm mad at the world. But because of that, I also put up a wall in a shell where I navigated the world ready for all the smoke.
Right.
I was kind of like Eminem, like how his battle rap, he'd get you before you get him.
Yep.
So I'm already on the ready and would navigate life that way. Now I wasn't running around starting fights, but I was ready for what was coming. In my mind, I was in fight mode all the time, right? Didn't trust anybody. So I wasn't just out here like picking fights, but if one found me, I wasn't running.
Yeah.
And so I think that's how I navigated life. And then as I got older, instead of fighting, it was my words, because I can cut.
Yeah.
And I can cut deep.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that would be mine. So did I like it? I don't know that I liked it. I liked the result of it.
Yeah.
You backed off.
Yeah.
I felt safe because you wasn't in my space, right? I could back you up with words or with hands, either one.
Yeah.
And so I guess you could say I liked it. I liked the result of what it got me.
Right. Right.
But then I got to a point where I'm like, okay, this is exhausting.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Just being mad all the time. And then to some degree being isolated, because, you know, my circle is really probably like a semicircle. It ain't that big. You know what I mean? And so as you get older, I used to always say isolation is insulation. I felt insulated because I was in my own cocoon that felt safe.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I've alienated everybody around me. Like, nope, because I've built the wall. Not only can people, like, I can't get out and you can't get in. So at some point it's like, okay, how do we pull these weeds?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and for me, it was therapy.
And I could relate to that, especially that anger part of life. Growing up being an angry person, because of my similar situation. I was a third grader walking to school, and I got snatched off the streets. Took into an abandoned house. Long story short, by the grace of God, I was let loose. Never told nobody about it. One, I was scared I was gonna get in trouble because my mom and dad always said, "Don't talk to strangers, don't stop, don't help nobody." You know, and typically I walked to school
with a group.
With my group. My brother, but for some reason, it was a day I was walking by myself. But like I never told nobody until, how long ago was that? About 4 or 5 years ago we had a conversation, or
recently, yeah.
Okay. So that's why I was the angry person and always want to fight somebody and want to hurt somebody because I wanted revenge. You know, I wanted revenge, and you know, I didn't fear putting some pain on somebody else because I felt like I felt pain. So that developed, you know, a feeling of dislike to be aggressive at times, you know. So now we talked about the root of it and where some of that stuff come from. Now we got to talk about, like Pastor said, how do we have to manage life.
Right. Speaking of managing life, we're managing life in this moment because we told our children that we were going to be filming. So please be quiet and go in the basement. But if you can hear in the background, everyone has decided that now is the time to get the snacks. Commercial break.
Well, yeah. So now we growing up.
Yeah.
Right. And we living with these things, these secrets and these traumas, the experience. That stuff, those experience, they get buried so deep in you, they be a part of you that, you know, it kind of sets us up for a dangerous road ahead. You know what I mean? Because the lifestyle we chose to live You know, we talked about this before. When I became an adult, I was reckless. When you became an adult, you was reckless. And
Let me tell you my story. I didn't say I was reckless.
well, you already said you was fighting, so somebody could
I
have
wasn't
hurt you.
reckless. I was very
Yeah.
careful about it. No, go
Oh,
ahead.
you was picking your fights, huh? You was picking on
Now they
small
was
people.
picking me. No. They was picking me. They were picking me. But what I say, when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Yeah.
But no,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
teasing. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, so right there at that point, you know, we know where the bad seeds come from.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we have some good seeds in us,
Mm-hmm.
as you can see, because we're lovable people. Good heart. No, but so now we have both.
Mm-hmm.
You got the good seed, you got the bad seed, and although you want to do good, you want to be righteous, you want to be happy, but there's that part of you where you know, make the mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
have these challenges. You know, it ain't all wheat. Sometimes it's tears.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you manage yours? Or what are some of yours if you had came to the point where you know recognize some of your tears?
Well, I told you one of them is anger. Like that's the
Okay.
one that I can identify off rip. Even in, like, although it's something that I was able to navigate and identify in therapy, it's still an issue today because it's my first go-to emotion, right? Before even being able to understand and really feel. Because again, when you're violated that young, you shut off. You
Yeah.
shut off emotions. And so I didn't really know how to feel. Like in this moment.
We good. We good. We good.
But I can't focus
We
because
good.
they
We
doing too
good.
much.
We good.
The question was, do I know what my tears are? Anger is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was explaining how, even though I went through therapy and I identified anger being my surface emotion, is how we classified it. What I learned is because I was violated at a young age, I cut off emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know how to feel. But anger was the thing that I could touch and it was
Yeah.
familiar to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so even today, although I've done that work, that is my go-to emotion. So it'll be like something will happen and it's like, oh, I am so pissed. I'm mad. And it's like, are you mad or is it deeper than that? And it's really
Right.
deeper than that, but
Right.
because that's what I know to go to,
Yeah.
that's where I go, right? And you've seen me on freeways.
Yeah.
It don't take but you to cut me off without turning on your blinker for me to be like, so yeah, that's still something I struggle with
Yeah.
a bit. Yeah, I think that's the biggest one. I haven't processed all of yesterday's message either because I really do want to sit because I'm sure there's more than just that one.
Yeah.
But that's my biggest one.
Right. And I'm sure some of the tears can be things that you try not to do, but because you still kind of like it, you kind of dabble over it a little bit and try it. But then I believe there's also tears like what you just explained. Some things just like um, your actions, like you know, being angry. Or for me, I think I have a hard time trusting people because of my situation,
That's a good one.
and because of that, um, you know, it makes relationships hard for me. You know, I feel like if I have a sense of things not going right in the relationship, I start sliding because I'm afraid hurt about to happen. So I start sliding, and then I don't know how to express, you know, my feelings at time. I had to learn that because, you know, hiding so much for so long, it taught me how to hide my feelings. It taught me how to hide my hurt, hide the pain. But that stuff don't do nothing but fester down into you and turn into something else, show up as something else.
So as you were talking, I had a thought.
Hmm.
So in trying to identify your own tears, that's one. But
Yeah.
can you call out tears that you identify in me?
Well, number one would have been, you can snap pretty quick,
Mm-hmm.
on people or in situations. And sometimes I look at it like, is it that serious?
It
But
is to me.
that's what I was
It
going
is
to
to
say.
me.
For you, it is.
It is to me.
And I learned that.
Thank you.
It is. And I learned that. And that's nothing I can make a judgment call on because I'm not you. I'm not the one who's feeling the anger, even though what you're angry about.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't tell you, like, is it that serious?
Mm-hmm.
On the outside, looking at the situation,
Mm.
that's a question I'm asking, a rhetorical question I'm asking, like, so that's something that I recognize.
Patience is another one that I just identified.
Patience, yeah.
I don't have it.
You don't have
I don't.
patience.
I be trying. But that's an example of one, like how you were saying, actions versus things that you like or you don't like that you have to manage. So in the parable, right, how it said you can't rip the tares out.
Yeah.
Because if you rip out the tares, weeds, you'll you'll kill the wheat or the good seed. And so patience would be a tear for me because I don't have it.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do I manage it?
How do you manage it?
Right. And trying to manage it. And baby, when I tell you that God is so interesting because he gave me 2 amazing humans that tested every day. Yeah. Praise be to God.
Yeah.
Pray for me.
Yeah.
And my patience. Yeah. But yeah, so I would say that is definitely one for me that I have to learn how to manage. And I haven't learned how to manage.
Yeah.
I'm working on it though. So yeah. What other tears do you see in me?
Let's say we talked about your anger, you're impatient. I can't think of nothing.
Because I'm amazing. Duh.
So amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can be a little hard too.
Say more. I can see it, but say more for the people.
And I know why. Because you said something earlier. You put up a block, a wall. You can be a little hard because you can be on defense mode a lot, and you only let the situation kind of build up. You'll stomp on it before it get there. You can be very direct and just straight to the point.
But is that a tear or is that just?
And not well. If it was in a nice way, it would be a week. But it's like it's in a bad way.
Not in a bad way. So give me an example of direct in a nice way versus direct in a bad way.
So it really, in a good way, I would say like with kids, you can be stern, and they can learn from that. They won't be able to run over you.
Okay.
And then the same with in relationships. A person can't run over you because you're more focused and direct with things. But in a bad way, I think when somebody trying to come to you for help or to talk to you, make it hard for them to talk to you.
I don't know that you're explaining to me what a good example versus a bad example is in a way that I can understand, though.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And if you have a real example, feel free.
That's my real example. So my real example
Okay.
is a lot of people appreciate, when you direct and
Okay.
straight up, right?
Mhm.
Some people need to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
But at times, some people just want to share or talk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of a good example for that one without putting people's names on.
Mm-hmm.
But the way you respond to them, like, and it's kind of far with impatient too. You like, I ain't trying to hear that. Get to your point. I'm busy.
Mm-hmm. That's more patience. To me, that's patience. That's not about direct. It's about my lack of patience. It could be both because I'm saying it in a direct way, but it's the patience that's driving that
Yeah,
response.
like somebody coming to you telling you a story. It's a long story. You're like, come on, get to it. Okay, okay. And they like, geez, like,
because yes, that's patience. But I hear what you're saying. I am saying it in a direct way.
yeah,
It's the patience that's driving that statement.
yeah.
But in addition to, I have the attention span of a 5-year-old. So if it's going to take us 30 minutes for you to tell me a 5-minute story, I checked out after 5.
But I swear, you tell the longest
I
story
do.
in the world.
I do.
And you expect me to tune straight in?
And you don't.
Well,
you are so gone, and I can see it as soon as you go blank. The difference is, here's the difference. You don't rush me. You just check out.
I check out.
You check out.
I get brain overload, and I check out.
And you don't even say I'm checked out. I'm like, hey, we're getting to the end of my capacity.
Yeah.
You're just like, I'm checked out, but hopefully you don't notice.
Like my cup be filled and overflowing with all the information you gave me.
So which one is better? And not that it's better, but they're they're the same, because you checking out and this person is having a whole conversation and you are lost, like you gone.
And it's funny because like I tell you at times, I love it that you cross T's and dot I's.
You don't like me to do it with you though.
When I need it.
When you want it.
When I want it. Yes.
When you want it.
When I want it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, okay, I'm glad you was there. You caught something I didn't catch.
Mm-hmm.
You was on it. But at times when I don't want it and you come with it, I'm like,
you don't want it, but you need it.
Absolutely.
But you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you be hot. And then when you think of, like, after you process, because it takes you a minute.
It takes me a minute to process.
You'll tell me 2 months later, I appreciate crossing T's and dotting I's. Like, well, you didn't. That's not what it looked like when I was crossing them.
Yeah, I don't like to move fast on things because stuff in my past has happened. And I'm like, you know what? If I would have just
slowed down,
I wouldn't be in this predicament.
So can I point out some tears that I see?
Absolutely. I was about to ask you.
I would say one of the tears I think I see for you is money and patience. But your patience looks different than mine.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
So like my patience is with people and stuff. Your patience is with self. Like you feel like, well, I should have been here. I should have done that. It should have already happened. And a lot of times you moving fast is because of that. Right. And then money just being like, that's a weakness, I think, for you.
It is.
Like having it, not having it makes you move real different.
Yeah.
It changes how you move.
I'm like a crackhead.
Right. And I say that and somebody's like, well, yeah, if you got money, you're going to move different. But I don't. Whether I got money or not, I'm moving the same.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I ain't brand new when I got it, and I ain't low down when I don't. Nobody would ever know when I do and when I don't have it.
It was a power thing for me.
Yeah.
And that goes back to not having things at a young age. And 12 years old, let me figure out a hustle. And most people, when we say hustle, they think about drugs and stuff like that. But I done sold everything from some candy at school to graffiti. I used to bleach the jean jackets on the back, do graffiti on those, sell them, make mixtapes, sell them. Did the bleach graffiti on the jean shorts.
You said that already.
No, I said the jean
Oh,
jacket.
jackets. Now we're doing shorts.
Sell them. So
But yeah, those would be two tiers that I see, and they go hand in hand sometimes too.
yeah.
And maybe not now, right? But in your past, it's like if the money didn't come fast enough, patience. It was like, well, I gotta make moves, and then that's when I'm crossing T's and dotting I's, and that's when we butt heads because you like, let's move, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, because what about this and what about that? I mean, we'll figure that out when we get to it. We can move now. You gotta strike while the iron's hot. Like, yeah, okay. I do. That's how you sound because I see you making faces.
Like I'm sitting there thinking
that's
like
how he sounds. I can see your face. But anywho, that's to me, those two go hand in hand for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agree
I've been trying to learn not to like it as much as I used to. I mean, it's necessary, but you don't have to like it. You don't have to love it.
Well, and I think you can appreciate. Like for me, I appreciate what money can do for me.
Yeah.
But it does not make me.
Yeah.
Where I think for you, because of your experience, money made you. Like how you say, when I had money, I had power. So if I got money, that means something. Yeah. Right? That changes who you are. Where I think for me, it's like I understand the value of money, but it doesn't change who I am. Yeah. I'm gonna be Micah with a lot of money or Micah with a little bit of money, but I'm gonna still be Micah.
Right, you're right. Because at one time it was top priority. So it's been kicked down a couple notch. It's no longer top priority, and it's no longer a love for it. Because the love for money is the root of all evil, and I know that firsthand because I can recall when I loved it, and the evil was there with it, and I wanted everything that was involved at one time. We did,
and it's played its way in. Would you agree that you've hit ebbs and flows? Meaning, there have been times where you've been up, like you've had money and you want, like, how do I say this? You know how you're saying, like, I'm learning now that the love of money is the root of all evil. But even in our time together, there have been times where you idolized it or had to have it.
Oh yeah.
And then there were times where if you were not comfortable not having it, you pretended to be. Like, oh, I'm cool where I'm at. Like, you would have those conversations with me, but then you could tell as soon as you got it, it was like, oh, I got it now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I'm following you.
Yeah.
But because here's the thing.
Excuse me.
Because with it or without it, I know what that power feel like with it. And I believe it's going to come. So ain't no sense in me being down here, when I know I'm going to get it back, and that's one thing about being somebody who loved it like that and willing to go risk get it. They know they're going to get it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't a worry of me getting it. It was just, I'm going to go get it.
So let me ask you this then. In keeping in the vein of wheat and tares, or good seed and bad seed, right? Money being a bad seed for you at times, because it could be a good seed too, right? Yeah, but at times it was a bad seed for you. How do you manage that tare now, today? Like, how do you manage that?
Because I don't love it like I used to. Okay. Like I don't abuse it like I used to. Like I used to abuse money, like just blow it fast because I'm like, I can get it back. And I loved it because I chased it. I don't even chase it. I don't chase it no more. Like I have jobs. I work my jobs.
You do have a lot of jobs.
But they're not my priority. As you see, I don't put that much energy and emphasis on, what I have to do anymore. It's like, okay, this is the time I work. These the time I don't. God, my relationship with God is my number one priority. Along with that, because it's not like it goes with it. Family, kids, my top priorities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like at any time, if the kids have activity or we have something we have to do, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
that comes first. In the past, I'm like, well, I gotta go do this first. I'll be right back, or I'll meet you there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm gonna go to work half a day, and
Or you
I
wouldn't
try
make
to,
it.
or I try to go, but now it's like, okay, I might just take the whole day off.
Mm-hmm.
Or what I mean?
I do.
It's just totally different. And I used to always think I didn't have enough.
Mm-hmm.
I used to always think I didn't have enough, so I was working harder and harder to get it, and not so much of material things, but just the money. If I want to go buy something, is there, or I always was worried about something happening and
Not having the money
not
to do
yeah,
it, to get it fixed, or to have
right,
the thing you needed.
right. So now I put all that faith and trust in, first my relationship with God, and that He would give us the wisdom and guidance to maneuver when we face some challenges. I used to think I'm gonna make sure I'm good. That's smart. I'll make sure I'm good. I've been doing that since I was 12 years old. I'm gonna make sure I'm good.
Right.
But when I got away from that, like, God gonna make sure I'm good. So I don't have to chase money or chase the jobs or chase, worry about not being good. Like, I trust and believe and have faith in God gonna make sure we good. And what I need to do is keep my mind on Him. And prayer, move in a certain way, and then I don't have to worry about that stuff. And the blessings are there. And I told somebody before, I said, if God don't do nothing else for me, I feel like what He done already,
was more than enough.
It's more than enough. Considering, having money and blowing it, like, people don't bounce back from stuff like that. I know people had a lot of stuff and they never bounced back.
Well, not even just the money. When you think about the life that you lived.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about now.
Some friends that you had that ain't here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Family members you had that ain't here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I'm just saying, people had, like, jobs, career or something, and something happened and they didn't bounce back. I mean, so we look at life. Life has its ups and downs. It's challenging. You can have a health issue or a mental issue, the next day or so. I mean, it's just.
So, again, trying to keep with the theme, wheat and tares. So we've identified. All right. So now we're in this place where we are managing our tares, or we're managing the bad seed, right? Because we couldn't just rip it out. And so, again, going back to the analogy, it's like if you ripped out the bad seed, you would damage the good seed.
Right.
And so you can't just rip it out. You have to manage it, and you have to work the seed, like you have to work the crops together.
Right.
Right. And so bringing that full circle to today, which is what we were talking about, how you manage your bad seed, because although those bad seeds were planted and they still reside in you, because they don't go away, right?
Yeah.
Based on this analogy, they don't go away. And what I took from the sermon also was, you can't take away the bad.
No.
Because the bad is what helped you get to the good.
It helped shape you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
it helped you get to the good. Right?
Well, a lot of times people are like, there are certain parts of them that they don't like, or they want to get rid of, or wish it never happened. And it's like, but what would you be if that didn't happen? So when I think about my childhood, and just my life in general, and what I had to navigate to get to today, our relationship, even let's just start there. What we've navigated in our relationship to get to where we are. Are we perfect? No, but it's working for us. You know what I'm saying? And it's working better now than it has ever before.
Right.
But it's because the bad seeds.
Because of the bad seeds.
Right? What we had to navigate and prune and manage and fix to get to the good seed. So that's part of, like, in addition to what Pastor was saying,
Mhm.
I got that from it too. Like, man, the good seed wouldn't be this good had it not been for
Yeah.
the bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was his intention or not, but that's what was sitting in my spirit.
Yeah. So for me, once again, how I manage the tares,
Mm-hmm.
the bad seed, the things that I expose myself to and learn to like, how I manage that, once again, is one, identifying what my priorities are,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then focusing on my priorities.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that when I gave those bad seeds any attention, it felt like it was going to kill me, or it felt like, destruction.
Did it always feel that way though? Because remember, bad seed, some of that stuff you like.
Yeah.
You like how you feel when you got money in your pocket.
But bad things can feel good at the same time, knowing that it's going to destroy you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's like,
yeah. Two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, like risking your life every day to do something ill, like
what the end result could be.
Yeah, but you
doing it anyway because you like gotta get it.
You feel it. I mean, like, it's just that thing where the end result, that it could be terrible, but people still, you still find your way back into those things, right?
Well, he gave some examples too, right? Like, some examples were someone who has an addiction, be it alcohol, drugs, whatever. Someone who, homegirl, you said you would go to that man's house, but you found yourself over there. Homeboy, hopping bed to bed, right? Like, plant, like literally planting seeds in multiple places. Like, and know those seeds, what resulted of those seeds. I don't want to call nobody's babies bad seeds. I'm not saying that, but like, men and women literally planting seeds.
Yeah.
In various places.
But the thing about it is, like, a baby come out of that.
That's the
life
good.
Is the good. But that relationship,
that's the tear.
That's the tear.
That's the tear.
Or that father or that mother may not have a good relationship with that child because of how the child was.
Yes. That's a perfect analogy. The baby was the good seed, but perhaps the relationship or what they're coming up in is the tear.
Right. And then the thing you're going to give the child or offer the child maybe something that's going to be harmful for the child for the rest of his life or her life until they.
And you don't even know it, because when you say what you give them might be harmful, it may not even be that you specifically did a thing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It could be lack of your presence. It could be lack of your ability to nurture and grow.
Lack of
because you don't know.
Yeah.
It could be what they're watching you and the other parent go through that's shaping how they see life and relationship and people.
Yeah. I mean, I look at a lot of the younger generations, 18 to 25, people call them the YNs. Frustrated youth, they come from an area where their parents or grandparents was in them streets heavy, right? And some of them had to grow up house to house when their dad was locked up or their mom was locked up or somebody was on drugs or
raising themselves, basically.
Yeah, raising themselves or living in a household where the people ain't really want you there, but they just had to take care of you because, and you didn't feel that love, so now you frustrated, So
seed and tears.
I think another thing, like a male or female, as you mentioned, they like to creep.
So I creep.
right? Like the creep that can lead to death. You know, people's
Sorry.
feelings get involved, people's heart get involved, and
Mm,
people can't take it, and
mm,
somebody will get that thing
mm,
and click clack,
mm,
push your wig back.
mm,
So
mm.
I'm just saying,
Been there, done that.
yeah, I mean, absolutely, absolutely. You know, some of my
But yeah.
darkest moments.
I wasn't talking about. Okay, put it out there. Then I was talking.
Yeah, you was.
I mean, I was, but I wasn't.
Well, no, you was. That's that direct stuff you be doing.
No, that was indirect. That was indirect. But yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
real.
people can get hurt, you know,
They can.
because a person could turn off that liking for something them tears, like liking them tears, you know. Uh, but you have to manage that. So you have to manage that you have that exposure. You know, you can't. Another thing works for me is I don't take life for granted no more.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize I was taking life for granted.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just a way of life,
Mm-hmm.
but it don't have to be my way of life. You know?
And it's interesting that you say that, because as we're having this conversation, and if you're not somebody that's in church and you didn't hear the message, or this is going over your head, right? It's like when we're talking about managing your tears, like, yeah, homie, that sounds cute. That's cute. Like to tell somebody to manage their tears, but it's like, how do you manage your tears? And you gave a little
Good
bit,
point.
like you said, give
Yeah.
it to God, right?
Yeah.
That's one. But you have to even acknowledge that they're there.
Exactly.
And I think that's the part where we miss, because what you
That's
said
very
something
important.
that made me
Very
think
important.
about it, because I remember there was a time where we was going through it.
Yeah,
And your response was, this is just who I am.
absolutely.
So you couldn't even see that how you was moving was foul,
Right.
or there were tears.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if you can't even see it, you can't address it, so you can't manage it. So you first have to call a thing a thing. Like you got to go look at the yard and see where them weeds even exist in your spiritual yard, or your
good point, because even pastor said that when he said he gave an illustration of how many hours he done prayed, read his Bible, read all kind of
spiritual
books and stuff
working on his spiritual man.
Yeah. For 26 years. But that don't exempt you from being, I'm gonna say,
flawed
or challenged by,
tempted.
That's the way I was looking for them past tears, or them tears that still hang around, you know, and from your past, or those tears that still hanging around, that don't exempt you from that, right? So back to what you said, you have to acknowledge that it's a problem. You have to acknowledge that it will hurt you, it will kill you, it will destroy everything
you worked for
or about you. You got to acknowledge that, because you are, and it don't just come with just saying the words. You know, I had to go through therapy. I had to do some things to really get deep in it to say, why can I figure that out? Like that was wild. I'm still amazed at, like, you know, because, you know, I was totally against all that. I ain't going to counseling and all that. I mean, because I thought, like you thought, you're just somebody, they don't know you, they can't relate to you, they can't this and that, and they don't know what you're going through, and they gonna sit on the couch and talk to you. I'm like, okay. But no, there are therapists who really can relate to what you've been through, who really can help you dig deep inside, and you can be very vulnerable and comfortable talking about it, and they can open your eyes to see some things. And that's what happened, because I was absolutely like, this is who I am. Like, this is what you want me to do about it. I mean, this is who I am.
Like I was tripping. Like that's you changed. I ain't changed.
Like I'm trying, but it ain't working.
Trying.
Well, according to me, that's my try. You know, that was my try.
Right.
Until, you know, into therapy, and then therapy like show me how to try.
And that's, you know what? So that's another point though, because when I think about your journey, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, for some people, you can be like, oh, you know what? I heard this message. Let me go evaluate my tears. And they're going to go and journal and
Yeah.
do things and be like self introspective. For other folks, they going to watch this and be like, oh, that's cute for them.
Right.
I'm good. I ain't got ain't no tears, right? This is just who I am. But that person, it's going to take what I would call a catastrophic event,
Yeah.
right? In the
Yeah.
way that I think for you was how that showed up. It's
Yeah.
like it's going to take something catastrophic for them to be like, oh, wait, it's broken and I can't fix it,
Right.
you know? And that's the worst one.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Well, I mean, it happens how it's got to happen, right?
Yeah.
But I don't, God, if you're listening, I don't need catastrophe.
yeah.
Sit me down and have a conversation. I'm good.
Yeah.
So, wheat and tears.
It was so crazy. I know people who I can look at and say, ain't no way they gonna ever change, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I know people who I will look at and say, ain't no way they ever gonna change, but they changed.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it can happen. And I pray that it don't take nothing
Catastrophic.
exactly for, people to change, their ways.
Well, the other thing too is you were probably on somebody's list.
Absolutely.
Ain't
I
no way
was that
he ever
guy.
gonna change.
Absolutely.
And the same for me, right?
Yeah,
Like, ain't
yeah.
no
I
way
was
Micah
that.
gonna
I was
be.
100% that guy
Yeah.
because I'm thinking like we in our 30s and 40s and stuff like that. You thinking like, I mean, life is almost over. So
Life has only just begun.
You thinking like, man, I got less years in front of me than I
Got behind you.
got behind me. So this is who I am.
Yeah.
This is 100% who I am. This is red every day.
Only to find out that it was 100% choice. You
Only,
could choose to be somebody
only to
different every
find
day.
out. Only to find out that you can recreate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that. I sing that song. Never, never.
Oh my word!
Never going to change. This is red every day. But
Why does he always sing songs?
but that was a lie. You know what I mean? That's a lie because you can recreate yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can recognize your past, how you got there, and you can look at changing directions.
Mm-hmm.
I've been going down this road for a long time. Time for me to make a left or right and get off the street.
Mm.
Because that road wasn't going nowhere nice.
Mm. That's true.
And I know people who tired of it. They don't know how to just.
They don't. But they not know how, or do they not even know that it's an option?
Based on my experience, they don't know how.
Mm.
Like, situation had to show me how.
Mm. Situation had to show you how, or the situation had to force you to seek other options?
It's the same.
Is it?
It's the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the same. Like, I wasn't stopped in my tracks because I wanted to stop in my tracks. You know what I mean?
Because you was.
I was forced to stop in my tracks.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
I was forced to stop in my track because of my behavior, my actions, right? And at that point, it almost like I came to the dead end of the road.
You did.
So it was either go off the cliff or you could make a turn.
You went out that side door.
So made a turn and there was help. So, you know what I mean? Situation. You want to get pulled out that chair on camera?
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Something wrong with you. Something wrong with you.
All right, sorry. Focus.
I'm gonna focus on you for a second. How about that? I'm gonna have me some side jokes.
What you got?
Let's talk about you some more.
What you want to talk about?
Come on, I'm your tears. I'll just share.
I already said them.
There's some more in there. There's some more. What else you got? You holding back? What you got?
I'm not holding back. I told
What
you I
you
was
got?
still
What you got?
processing. I came up with patience in the midst of the
I'm gonna
conversation.
think of some more for you then.
Yeah, you tell me. What tears did you
I
see?
don't
What
know.
do you see?
Let's figure out some.
I was a creeper.
He was a creeper.
I was a creeper. That was a tear.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you knew that out the gate. You
Yeah.
knew that coming into the situation. But I was so I creep. Yeah. I was a creeper, TLC. But that was a result of, I think it was a result of again, I didn't trust people.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't grow up like the little girl who was like, oh, I'm gonna be married and I'm gonna have 4 kids and we're gonna live here. Like, no, I didn't want to be married. I knew in high school, if I did have a child, wasn't on top of my list, it was gonna be in vitro.
Right.
Because I wasn't gonna be married, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm that girl. And experiencing men the way that I experienced them at an early age, I was more about like, to me, it felt like I was powerless in relation. Like being in a relationship makes you powerless in some way. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh, we're gonna flip this. I'm gonna be the man in the relationship, if that makes sense, in behavior, right?
Yeah,
Not in position. But I'll had some mannish ways, we'll say.
You'll be a leader.
Sure, I'll be a leader. Yeah. We'll say I had some mannish ways about me.
You wasn't trying to be.
Where I watched how men moved and I was like, oh, we gonna move like that. I ain't catching feelings. Mm-hmm. Right? So that's why I say I was a creeper.
Yeah, you wasn't catching feelings.
I wasn't catching feelings. I was throwing them though. Y'all niggas was like, nope, stop. We're not doing that. So I would say that was a tear. And I say that was a tear because even coming into this relationship, don't even know how we got to be in a relationship because I didn't trust you out
and I ain't trust you either.
Right, because we knew each other. We knew each other. We knew each other beforehand. Like, bro, like,
so we just hanging out. We just hanging out.
This my homie because I already know how you get down. I've seen you, buddy,
and I seen you.
I've seen you coming down them steps. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, so it's like, how did we even get together? Because we knew everything we needed to know about each other. Like,
we was hanging out,
and then
I told you I don't be
catching feelings, but they be catching them.
I told you if you hang around me long enough, you ain't gonna want to let go.
Boo.
You kept hanging around me.
Boo. But yeah,
you got stuck.
But no, I say that to say, because even in like full transparency, even in our relationship, and this isn't anything that we hadn't talked about, but I was still holding on to past friendships, entanglements, even in us dating and stuff, right? So it was like,
yeah.
And part of that was because I'm over here like, he gotta be, I know this dude. And quite frankly, you still was, now that I think about it, you still were, because I knew you was still out here dibbling and dabbling.
I don't remember that.
Oh, stop. Good morning, gorgeous. No, good morning, sunshine. That's
what?
It. Yeah. So, you know,
so it was like stuff in your head.
I know, sorry. So, but that goes back to the whole I'm gonna get you before you get me too, right? Like, oh, okay, you over here playing, say less. I'll raise you and I'll match you and I'll raise you 5. So I would say that is probably a tear. Now, have I worked through that? Quite a bit.
You was trying to outstick a can of oil.
Oh my God. That's a dad joke. That's horrible. That was really bad. That was really bad. And I feel like we were processing that for a while.
No, that's old school. That's old school.
So yeah, those would be some tears.
Yeah.
For me. And I would even say, okay, so managing tears. This is good. Okay, let's talk about it. This is good. So in managing tears, for me, that creeper vibe, that it still lives in me. And when we went through one of our darkest days, I had to manage that thing. We had the conversation, right? Because I'm like, for those who don't know, you can call it on, God say that thing is a thing. He cheated. And in the midst of all of that happening, I still got it in me.
Mhm.
Right? I'm like, I mean, it's in there. And sis is, she kind of hot. But anywho, in managing those tears, I really did have to talk myself through that time.
Yeah.
And the conversation I had with myself as I was managing the tears was, one, I know I can do it. It's in me. I know I got it. It's nothing. But two, is that who I want to be at this big age? Three, I got 2 babies. What is the example that I'm trying to set for them? Now, would they have seen it? No. But in my mind, right, I'm out here doing this.
Right.
And 3, I'm not letting you win. You're going to be raggedy all by yourself.
Yeah.
You're not going to have nothing like, well, I did it because you did it. Or I knew you was doing it. That's why I did it. Like, no, we ain't doing that.
Right.
So I had like a lot, to your point, to manage the tear. I had to have a lot of conversations with myself because in that moment, I was hurt and I wanted to hurt you. And that to me was the easiest way to do it. But then I had to tell myself, no, that's not who you are anymore. Leave it alone.
Yeah. And that shook me up though. That shook me up when we had that conversation and you told me that you managed it.
Well, you can, say what you.
No, I'm saying you managed it. Like the opportunity came, you managed it.
Yeah.
And you was and you had those feelings of thought, okay, this is what we're doing. So I can do it too. And you chose not to. Yeah. That messed me up because one, those are the type of relationships that I saw growing up. You know what I mean? And that's what as me and my therapist talked about, something I can share is, we talked about this. I had that 1 foot in, 1 foot out with a bag packed because I'm always got to escape. I always got an escape plan because of, that's what I did in my life when trauma things happen.
Right.
I'm looking to escape.
When you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Yeah. Yeah. So, even when the boys kick the doors in, way back in my younger days, way younger days, I escaped. I fled. So I'm always got that chess player. I'm a chess player, so I'm always, trying to prepare that next move.
This is going to be a different conversation, and I feel like we got to wrap this because I feel like we've been talking for a long time. But next conversation is when you meet your match. I've always told you, you play chess, like you physically play the game and you know how to play the game. I too know how to play the game of chess. But in life, you navigate life like a game of chess. And at times you have navigated me like a game of chess. And I tell you, and when I would call that out for you, you'd be, wow, no, I'm not. And it's like, yes, you do. But you met your match. Checkmate. So with that, we're going to wrap this because we've been talking for a very long time. And we just wanted to share with you what we learned on Sunday and then put something in your spirit. What are your tears? You're planting good seed, but what's the bad seed that's been planted, be it by you or someone else? Sit with that. See if you can identify it. And if you can identify it, how do you manage it?